Your UConn Huskies are 2-0 on the young football season, and we welcome you to Week 3 of the Blitz. I'm Joe D'Ambrosio, the radio voice of the Huskies, and as always, we kick it off with the head Husky, Bob Diaco. Congratulations on an impressive win over Army. I think the best thing I've seen, Coach, in 2 games. Very workmanlike, very disciplined, a team that doesn't get flustered, a team that understands what they want to do.
Yeah, no, I believe that to be true. And the best part is that there's so much to coach, too, that we can go with a slew in the 3 phases of corrections after having won. It's just encouraging for everybody to be a part of, to say how good we can become when these corrections, which are very correctable, get fixed.
I had the sense going into the week after the coaches show in our pregame interview that you were confident that your defense could stop this Army offense. And except for 2 big chunk plays, you really shut them down. What did you like best about the way your defense performed?
Yeah, I think that they had discipline and eye discipline. Even the 2 chunk plays, which the team's going to have a few chunk plays. They were disastrous plays and really at horrible times. So at least the last one for sure. But they weren't disciplined plays. And I was pleased with the effort. I was pleased with the focus for 4 quarters.
Yeah, and you had performances at all 3 levels of the defense. D-line, you had guys perform well, linebacker spot. As you said in the press conference, if we're not talking much about the cornerbacks, that means they had a good day.
Right, yeah. And that's the thing, how we structure and how we do our business just in general, especially playing triple option. We like layers. We're not an outfit. Sometimes we do, but we're not an outfit that's going to have a 1 layer or 2 layers to our defense. We like a 3-layer defense on most downs to eliminate big plays, and that's a recipe.
Offense moved the ball well. Brian Sheriff's on the honor roll for the AAC off his performance, not just with his arm, but with his legs.
Yeah, he made some plays. He also cost us in some moments too. So his game in particular is one that he can look towards and say he's got a lot of work to do. To open the game and with a midfield turnover wasn't what we had envisioned.
Not in the game plan.
not in the plan for victory. It wasn't part of the keys for victory. So, and he was good with the football, and he made some plays and he kept some drives alive. But he was also errant with the ball in a few instances too. And he knows that nobody's a higher critic on him on the player than himself. So that's a great thing.
This week, different challenge going to Missouri, maybe the biggest road crowd that UConn's ever played before, 71,000 expected at Farrett Field. Matty Mock, a terrific quarterback, and it's a Missouri team that Gary Pinkel says didn't play great against Arkansas State, but still found a way to win on the road. Yeah,
they're a talented team, and Coach Pinkel's been there for 15 years, and they've been to 10 bowl games in that time. They're an awesome ball club, and they've got veteran offensive line, they've got a veteran front, excellent defensive line, one of the best inside linebackers in the country, talented perimeter players on both sides of the ball. They've got a very strong leg punter and kickoff specialist, so there's not a lot of opportunities there for scoring opportunities or first downs in that phase as it relates to hidden yardage. They got a very, very good ball team and a very talented staff.
What's the biggest key to success, Bob, in going into an environment like that for your club?
Yeah, we got to play sound, clean, fundamentally sound football that is assignment correct, and when I mean that, like as it relates to the defense, you need to be your 1 of 11. Don't try to now do something that's outside the scope of the things we've worked on and the things we've prepared for. Because this is a big deal, so I'm going to go a little harder,
It doesn't work that way.
It never works.
Coach, thanks. Good luck on Saturday.
Thanks, Joe.
And our player guest this week, the pride of Madison, Daniel Hand High School, the linebacker, old number 36, Matt Walsh. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Kid from the state of Connecticut. Obviously, people know the tradition of Daniel Hand. At what point did you consider seriously coming to UConn to play your football?
growing up, it was always a dream, but I wasn't really sure it was always going to be a possibility. And then when I got into high school, I kind of talked with my coach, and all these dreams started kind of coming into play, and it was almost in these next couple of years of whether I was going to do everything I had to get to where I really wanted to be, and this is where I wanted to be, and luckily I was able to do everything that it really took to get here.
It's been well documented, Matt, your switch from fullback to the inside linebacker spot. Take us through that a little bit and your thoughts when the coaches proposed that to you.
I was just very excited since day one. Coach Diaco told me that, and it was almost as if I was really getting an opportunity to really show what my talents were at the linebacker position, because I felt like that was my natural calling, and from now on, I'm really not going to waste any abilities.
You enjoy blowing people up more than getting blown up yourself?
Definitely.
What's the biggest differences, Matt, this year inside the locker room as opposed to a year ago? I mean, obviously, you've already equaled last year's win totals, but take the listeners and the viewers, rather, inside the locker room into what it's like there this year.
Instead of a feel of almost we're going to try to go and almost get a moral win every single game, we would be very disappointed if we didn't win every game week to week, because that's our mindset preparing for the game. We expect to win every single game every week. So that's kind of the mentality in the locker room, and it's almost everybody's really got a taste of that success now. So really nobody wants anything else but that.
All right, time for a little segment we do with the players called 3 and Out. We've had 2 good players so far in that, but I'm guessing you'll be the best of the 3 because you have experience, right? You used to do homeroom news at Daniel Hand High School,
yes,
right?
Sir.
So you look like a true veteran here. Now you're a guy from the shoreline. What is your favorite seafood spot on the shoreline?
I would say the Fishtail. It's right over by Hammonasset State Park, right in Madison. I usually get the clam strip platter. You got to get the large dinner too, because if you're going to go get that, you might as well get all of it.
Absolutely. Do they have scallops? I love scallops.
Yeah, they do.
What's your favorite moment of the season thus far?
So far was probably, I don't even know, probably just singing the fight song after that Army win in the locker room, or even out on the field, because that's just great to see how far we've come in the last year.
Know you're a baseball fan?
Yeah.
Yankees, Red Sox?
Yankees.
Boy.
Yeah.
Football? Giants?
Giants.
Noel Thomas is a Cowboys guy.
Yeah, I know. He was in my room the other night.
All right, let's get some diss on your teammates here. Most intense guy in your unit. I think I know the answer to this.
Yeah. What were you going to say?
I was going to say Stewart.
Were you going to say 2? Yep.
Yeah.
I was going to say 2 as well. Graham
What makes
Stewart.
him so intense?
I don't know. It's almost just he's really able to kind of turn it on and off when he wants. So that's what really helps make him a great player as well. He really just can light it up when he wants.
Who's the most laid-back linebacker? Is there such a thing as a laid-back linebacker?
Not really, but probably I would say almost Luke. Luke Carazola, because you wouldn't expect it. He's almost kind of a quiet kid, really funny kid, great personality, but on the field you would think he's always a monster, because that's how he plays.
All right, now there's been 2 wins, which means the fight song has been sung twice in the locker room. Who is your teammate least likely to ever appear on American Idol?
Taking a close second after me would probably be, might be Junior Joseph on that one.
Really?
Yeah. June
So
thinks he could sing, but
You
he
two
can't
as a
sing.
duo is not going to make it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? As long as you guys keep laying people out on the field, nobody cares about your singing voice.
Exactly.
Matt, thanks. Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
This week, the Huskies are hitting the road for the first away game of the season, so we're going to do the same and find out how much UConn students know this week's opponent. Who is UConn football playing this week?
Missouri.
Missouri?
Missouri? Missouri.
Missouri.
We are the UConn Huskies. What is Missouri's mascot?
Isn't it a bird?
No.
The Tigers.
Tigers. The Tigers.
Enemies?
They're the Tigers.
We're in the American Athletic Conference. What is Missouri's conference?
SEC.
SEC.
The SEC.
The SEC.
Missouri Stadium actually shares the same name as the stadium UConn used to play at before Rentschler that was on campus. What is the name of that stadium?
Memorial.
Memorial Stadium?
Memorial Stadium.
Memorial.
Memorial Stadium, that's right, yes! A long-standing football tradition was actually started at the University of Missouri. What tradition is that?
I have no idea.
They do it at high schools too, and there's, you get a king, you get a queen.
Oh, the homecoming. Homecoming.
I feel like something long running would be homecoming.
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 UConn is taking on Missouri for the first away game of the season this Saturday at noon. Who's going to win?
UConn.
UConn is.
The Huskies.
UConn.
UConn. Obviously UConn.
And now we go inside the press box with Jim Fuller, the esteemed beat writer for the New Haven Register. Has been covering UConn football for 4 years. Also does a great job covering the national champion UConn women's team. Jimmy, through 2 games, what's impressed you most about what you've seen from the Huskies?
I've seen more pass rush, I think. Not so much last game because of who they're playing, but also I like what I've seen from Sheriffs. I think that run pass thing he gives, that they haven't had that. His ability to extend drives has been really key for them, I think.
Let's talk a little bit about that defense. You brought so many people back, UConn did, on the defensive side of the ball, but to me, the addition of Luke Carrizzola after missing half of the season gives them an element at that outside linebacker spot that's important in this 3-4 kind of defense.
It's huge. Him and Foley, I think, really bust things up. They didn't get any of that last year, and they left those poor corners on their own. And now the quarterback has to worry about Luke or Foley or Julian or Cole coming through and making plays.
And also the move of Matt Walsh to linebacker from fullback. People forget that it was at linebacker that he made his mark at Daniel Hand. He was kind of miscast as a fullback here, and now it looks like he's much more comfortable and really living up to the reputation he built as an all-state player there.
Yeah, when he was in high school, I did a lot of his games. He was a short yardage guy, goal line guy. He was not an every down running back at all. He was a linebacker, and he was a great linebacker. And the question was he fast enough? But obviously, he's worked on that, and he's instinctive, and that's so important at linebacker.
At the quarterback spot, Brian Sheriffs, I think, has surpassed some people's expectations in the media as far as throwing the football is concerned. But I think the other thing is his escapability that makes him so valuable back there.
Yeah, I was looking at yesterday, four third down conversions from him running, and I don't think any of them were design runs. And they haven't had that here for a long time, and it's so helpful to the defense and the offense to just get a couple more plays, a couple more first downs like that.
Another guy from your coverage area is Arkell Newsome.
Yeah.
Former All-State player in Ansonia. He did not, I never saw him play in high school in person, but he did not look like the same confident runner last year that he did. It's a big difference between playing in the NVL and playing in the AAC, but he looks like the kid who was the Parade All-American now.
Yeah, he's running with confidence. I think he got hit a lot last year, particularly on the kickoffs. I don't think he was used to that. He didn't get hit at Ansonia. He got the ball and he ran for a touchdown. so now I don't think he reacted very well to that. And I think now he's getting back to that guy that's getting, and it's not all outside. He loves to run, and he's got great feet. He's got great sense of how to avoid guys in tight spaces, and they can't find him because he's 5'7".
Right.
So he's not totally there yet, but he does look an awful lot like the guy I saw at Ansonia.
What's the biggest worry UConn has against Missouri?
I mean, they lead the country in tackles for loss, and they're at the bottom of the country in giving up tackles for loss. So I would be worried. They need to be able to sustain a run game against this team. You can't be doing 3 and outs on the road against Missouri. So if they start letting Missouri blow things up early, I think it could be a long day for them.
All right, Jimmy, thanks for the insight. We appreciate it. Jim Fuller from the New Haven Register. That'll do it for the Blitz. If you can't listen to the game on the WTIC UConn IMG network, you can watch it on ESPN. Thanks for joining us. For Bob Diaco, Matt Walsh, and Jim Fuller, and the crew here at UConn Video, the best video department in the country, bar none. I'm Joe D'Ambrosio. Thanks for watching the Blitz.